So this is going to be an actual real life review of the ROG Zephyrus gaming laptop. And I want to say right away that everything that I'm going to say is coming from somebody that has always had the top of the line stuff. 980, 1080, 2080, 3080, soon to be released. To be honest, this time I'm probably gonna get the 4090 because it's probably gonna come out much sooner. But my point in saying this is that I have always invested into what I actually do for a living. So that is what this review is going to be based off of. If you want to simply play video games, this is amazing for video games. This is a very good laptop for playing video games. But me as a creator, somebody that is editing videos and editing photos all the time, recording all the time, and things of that nature, I do not like this laptop for that, and I can explain why. One is because when I have 4K video files in my video editor, it gets very laggy and choppy. It is not the CPU and it is not the GPU. The CPU and GPU inside of this laptop are actually very good. It is the RAM inside of this laptop. It has DDR5 inside of it. It is very fast RAM, but it only has 16 gigabytes of RAM, which makes it very difficult to use as a content creator because your video editor starts lagging. If you go to render a video, produce a video, you finish editing your video, and you open up your photo editor to begin editing the thumbnail for that video that is rendering out, it gets laggy. It is not unusable. I am not saying that it is a garbage laptop for editing. What I am saying is that it is not what I personally am used to. If you are recording in 1080p and you're not doing color grading inside of your videos, you're not adjusting the brightness, you're not adjusting the contrast, you're not adjusting the saturation, you're not adding a bunch of effects to your video like I do, and you're just simply making a video and you're beginning on YouTube, because what I do with my content is something that you will not do with your content, because the process of YouTube is something that you learn over time. It does not just come to you right away. So the specs, I want to go over that with you before I continue talking on, because I will get off topic and I'm very good at that. So this is a 2022 laptop. I ended up getting this at Best Buy, but if you go over to Amazon, I will also try to include a link to eBay if I can find it on eBay. If I cannot find it on eBay new, then I will try to add a link to a used one that is one of the top rated sellers. When you're buying stuff on eBay, that's something that you want to look for. You want to make sure that it may not have to be a top seller, but you want to make sure that it has a return policy. You are able to return this. Even if it doesn't, you are backed by eBay's money back guarantee. But it's a much quicker, easier process if the item that you're actually buying has a return itself alongside a warranty. So it is not the baddest laptop. That definitely was not how I should have worded it. It is not the worst laptop out there. It is a very good laptop for most people. It is a 2022 model. It is the ASUS ROG Zephyrus G14 GA402RK 14-inch laptop. This has the Ryzen 9 6900HS. It also has Radeon RX 6800S. It has 16 gigabytes of 4800 megahertz of RAM. It has a 1 terabyte NVMe SSD, and it's using Windows 11 for the operating system. This is my first ever AMD anything, okay? I am an Intel and NVIDIA person. The CPU and the GPU inside of this laptop are great for gaming. At least you can correct me if I'm wrong about this, but I don't think that I'm wrong about this. Video rendering, when you're rendering your video, that does not require RAM. It doesn't require more than 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM, or DDR5 RAM that's running at 4,800 megahertz. That is extremely fast RAM, okay? So just to put things into perspective for you, the gaming PC that I gave away to a subscriber, that had 64 gigabytes of RAM that was running at 3,600 megahertz. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 3,600 megahertz. It could have been 46, but I'm pretty sure it was 36. It was Acer Predator. It'll be right here on screen if I'm wrong about that. This has 4,800. That is very fast, okay? But the render times, if I render out a 4K 60 FPS video at 100,000 megabytes per second, it will take about 15 minutes to actually render, which, yes, I know that is not a lot of time for you. And yes, you can upgrade RAM inside of a laptop. So why I'm saying this is the Razer laptop that I bought after giving the PC away to a subscriber that had something go wrong with the 3080 Ti inside of it, that rendered out videos while it was working. That rendered out a 4K 60 FPS 10-minute video at 100,000 megabytes per second in a little under 4 minutes. That's over 60% faster than this laptop right here. That is a lot faster. However, that laptop was $4,500. This is $2,379. I ended up buying it for a little bit under $2,500 at Best Buy. So now that you can kind of see the price gap there, you know, like 15 minutes render, that's not a big deal. But the fact that I cannot render out that video and edit a thumbnail at the same time is a big deal for me as a creator. But if I did that, if I wanted to keep this laptop, speaking about you can upgrade the RAM inside of this, and that will resolve that issue, because the CPU and the GPU inside of this laptop are not bad by any means. But there is something that I do want to say about this laptop, and it applies to pretty much anything that is new, something that you have to learn, and something that is not something that you are used to, okay? So this may just be me. This is my first AMD CPU and AMD GPU anything ever. I've always had the 980 was my first gaming PC. That was the first computer that I built. That also had an Intel CPU. Then I bought a pre-built PC from CyberPower that also had a 1080 and some sort of, I don't remember the CPUs that were inside of them, but I do know the graphics cards. The 1080, then I upgraded to the 1080 Ti. The gaming PC that I had, that had a 2080, then a 2080 Ti, then a 3080, and then a 3080 Ti. So I had 4 different graphics cards inside of that PC that I just barely gave away to one of you, right? So that is an example of what I am used to. So the NVIDIA control panel and NVIDIA GeForce Now, from what I am used to and from what I can tell from using this for a week, dude, AMD's software is very frustrating to use. One thing that happens a lot when I'm using this laptop is if I go full screen and I go to play a video, I have to go back in to the AMD Radeon software, and I have to use this display enhancement. And I'm actually going to do this right now because I am using OBS. I know that, and the fans on this get very obnoxious and loud. Okay, like, so I'm gonna go ahead and play one of the videos for PlayStation.
So you guys seem to like the vibe that we had going on the other day.
So it's already there.
Continue to do this once
As
again.
you can see where my mouse is, it's going to be recording.
Still has his potato laptop.
Mute the audio. So as you can see in the background, which will be on screen for you, like right here, it's very noisy. It's like grayed out, right? Now watch what I do. This display color enhancement, what's gonna happen is it's going to fix that. So I'm gonna use Vivid Gaming, and then I'm gonna go back to disabled. It's fixed, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go full screen again, and you're gonna see it happens again. It is the most annoying thing in the entire world, right? So now I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back into this software, go to the display color enhancement, did it wrong, go to Vivid Gaming, and then go to disabled again. And that resolves it. I have to do that every single time that I go full screen. That is extremely annoying, and that is extremely frustrating. It is very annoying to do that. Something else that I cannot figure out how to do, and again, this is, so yes, I did go into the AMD's setting and update everything. This does not have NVIDIA's version of Shadow Play. I'm pretty sure AMD calls it Relive. However, you can use programs like OBS, and there's tons of different screen recorders out there. You don't necessarily need Relive, but it would be nice to just tap a button on my keyboard like you can do with NVIDIA's Shadow Play and begin recording and not need to open up OBS, if that makes sense. It's just that like quality of life type of stuff. So AMD software is actually, or ASUS's software is actually very cool. This is, and I don't want anybody to think that I'm saying this is a bad laptop. This is an extremely good laptop, but it depends what you want to do with the laptop. As a creator, a content creator, and somebody that just likes that quality of life stuff, tap, record. Rather than having to install OBS, open up OBS, set OBS all up. It is just that. Another thing that just came to my mind, which I'm very happy came to my mind. The ports on this laptop. Yes, you can get a hub. They pulled an Apple. The keyboard on this is 1,000,000 times better than the Razer keyboard. The heat consumption is not warm. It's warm, but Razer's laptop gets very hot. It gets very warm. However, the laptop that I did have had an issue with it. So I don't know if the GPU just was not cool. The other one that I ordered is going to be here today, and I'm going to go and return this because of that. Like, I'm not going to keep a $2,500 laptop and a $4,500 laptop. You know what I mean? Like, I would have kept this if it was something that would have been of value to me as a creator. So ASUS's thing, I cannot. So anyways, my point in saying that is because Razer's laptop, the one that I did have, it will be right here if I'm wrong about this, and because the new one's getting here today in a little while. So it'll be right here on screen if the new one is not hot, okay? But this keeps everything very cool. And I really like, I love the way this keyboard feels. Like, Razer's laptop was annoying, coming from somebody that has never had a laptop and was always PC and mechanical keyboard. Razer's laptop was not, it was usable, just like this is usable, right? Like, I'm not being negative towards either of these. But when you're paying this kind of money for something, you expect it to be perfect or close to it, right? So the keyboard on this is awesome. I love this keyboard. The touchpad, I don't like any touchpad. I will never use a touchpad. There's a reason that I'm using a mouse. I will never use a touchpad. I hate touchpads, okay? So the ports on this are they pulled an Apple. My point in saying is they have a USB-C, they have an HDMI, they have the power. For some reason, it is in the middle of the laptop. I think they should have put in everything at the top portion of this laptop. They should not have put it towards the bottom. It just looks dumb. It looks stupid. So like, and then on this side we have a USB, another USB-C, and a micro SD card. We also have an audio jack. So there's enough ports on this. And yes, you can go and get an adapter, but why do I have to go and buy an adapter? Okay. So I have my mouse plugged into this. Normally I would have my microphone plugged in this, but I bought a Rode microphone for my camera because I could not use this. So I have my mouse plugged into this, I had a microphone plugged into this, and I also had my webcam plugged into this. But to be honest, you guys have been supporting this vibe type of video. It is much different. It's not something that you see very often on YouTube. It's usually a gameplay and then your webcam over the gameplay. It is not me vibing, talking with you guys about this with some gameplay in the background. It's like that gameplay overlay. This is just something, it's the small things that matter on YouTube. Anyways, my point in saying that is why I bought the microphone for that camera over there. That is why I'm also using another camera down there, the GoPro. That is why everything is the way it is. Like, this is just something as a personal preference. There should be more ports on this. Like, I don't want a friggin' hub hanging out, but they may have done that for cooling. This does not get hot at all. This does not get very warm. However, the fans come on a lot, like a lot. Okay, like it gets annoying with how much the fans come on, and that may be adjustable in the AMD software. I don't know. Again, this is very new to me, so just keep that in mind, right? So I like this laptop. So another thing that I can't figure out is I've seen some videos of people getting like a light on the back of this. I don't know why it's not in my ASUS software. And as you guys are seeing right now, so you see my mouse, this is happening because of the RAM. So I have OBS open. I have a couple of sources inside of OBS. I have a couple of other stuff running. I have Google open with a bunch of bookmarks. You know what I mean? Like, I have, this is why I need the Razer laptop, and this is why I prefer the Razer laptop, because it has more RAM, which is good for creators like myself. The reason my mouse is lagging right now is because of the RAM. As you can see in ASUS's software, my CPU is only being used 17%. The graphics card is only being used 5%. If I go to Turbo, it's going to boost that up. Well, fans went off, which I'm pretty happy about. So anyways, as you can see, you can adjust everything just like NVIDIA's, but it's just not the same, dude. It's like, I don't know. It's just not my thing. So would I recommend that you buy this gaming laptop? For gaming, 100%. For your YouTuber that has been making videos for, I want to say, 2 years or less, this is great for you, right? But if you are a creator that has, 10 or 15 different tabs open inside of Google, has OBS open, has a bunch of other stuff open, is applying a bunch of effects to your video, adjusting the color, adjusting the audio, adjusting everything that requires a lot of RAM, which is upgradable, but not everybody wants to take their laptop apart and void the warranty because you put RAM in it. So to me, the Razer is a better value, and I would buy the Razer over this. But this is not a bad laptop by any means. If you are trying to create a business, start a business, and grow that business, the only way that you are going to succeed in growing that business is investing into it, okay? There's a reason that I'm always upgrading stuff for YouTube. There's a reason that I'm always buying all of this new stuff and upgrading things. And that is because YouTube is so oversaturated that it is these small things that matter, okay? So just keep that in mind. The box is very cool when you open it. The laptop goes right here, it like pops up. You know, you got your cables and everything. It's just, it is a cool box, the way the box is. But I mean, the box is the box. Like, when are you ever going to use the box? And then the laptop's great. It does have a 1440p or 4K display. Pretty sure. And so yeah. I don't remember. I haven't adjusted. It looks great the way it is, so I haven't adjusted it at all. But anyways, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to leave a like if you did. Links to everything will be down in the description below. Hope you guys enjoyed. Throw a thumbs up. Check out one of these videos that are on screen. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.